Oh my god, it's like peak. That is peak sky. And I'm so excited about walking alone. I finally fell asleep at around 1 a.m. and it's now 1 p.m. But I've just been lounging in bed since 10 a.m. Yeah. I love these slow mornings and I'm gonna miss them when classes start up again. Unless I wake up really early and then I can lounge. But yeah, I'm really like pumped to get out there now. Hello. Also was listening to Sarah Baska. Oh, that's my mother. I didn't even see her dyeing hair video and the life update video, so I might actually listen to that on my walk or something. On my way back. On my way. I don't know, but she's literally like, me and her are like, that's my favorite thing to do. Me and her, or this and them, are like this. But I do wish to be more gestureful. I feel like that would make me end hair somehow by illusion make me louder, even if I'm not projecting. I can at least gesture, make my body movements bigger and larger, and help the listener kind of understand, even if they're not totally listening. If they're just looking at me, then they can see just by looking at me. They'll just have a grasp of an idea just by looking at me. And that's what I want. Although a lot of the times I don't want people to look at me. I was actually just talking about my ex-roommates yesterday. How that I was such an I'm such a devious little attention seeker back in middle school, which is a big reason why I lost my other half. The other half of me is that I still think about her, okay? Because she really influenced me, and like that's what I do. I'm influenced by people. I'm such monkey see, monkey do, you know? Because everything I do, I'm like, what would they do? What would they say? I don't actively ask myself these questions, but I think my subconscious is always asking them and then always doing it. I don't know. Consciousness and stuff like that is just so abstract, right? And I'm very, that really piques my interest, like those abstract concepts. I was looking through my old diary, very thick old diary, and I had like written all of these psychological concepts as if they were part of a class or something. But no, the reason why I could do that is because they're not part of a class. Write it out in such detailed fashion. I feel like if it was for a class, then it would be just the bare minimum, you know? And that kind of sucks. But I think the key to like being motivated this quarter, I really want to be just more comfortable with asking questions and like really just asking what's on my mind at the time of inputting all of the new information and like processing that, active listening skill. And then gradually the professors will notice me more, and then I'll feel like, okay, they see me, they can see me, and that makes me feel more valued, and then my value will drive me to get these assignments in before like last minute kind of deal. But also here's a weird thing, is that I do things, even with things I'm very passionate about, I still save it to the last minute. And I can't blame myself for that, because that's just how I think we're hardwired to do, but we have to unlearn that. So it's been kind of ingrained since high school. Because in high school I felt like no one could see me, no one respected me, no one showed interest at all whatsoever. So I mean, besides my, she actually saw me eating alone at high school, right? On the steps or something. By the steps. Oh my god, I remember so vividly now. But it's like so like buried back there that I'm like, damn. I feel like I'm excavating my brain right now as if like it's going in there with like a dentist drill, you know? But people sat there by the window a lot, and I would sit by the window like a little cat. Like, what was I doing? But I was kind of like use the window as like a background. I wasn't like actually like staring at the window the whole time. That'd be really ghost-like. We started staying together, but then gradually we would talk more and have more to say and just like update each other about our days. But we didn't have any shared classes because she was way smarter than me. I should say that, because smartness is also subjective too. Then I started getting to BTS in my senior year of high school. Oh my god, it's my senior year of college now. What the fuck? Before senior year, actually, right before, when I was in summer school, after getting back from New York in 2021. But you know what? Summer school is actually so chill. Like, people make it out to be such a bad thing. I am confident saying that I would relive senior year of high school. Oh my god. Now I could like actually daydream about this for the rest of the day. Like, just be like, what would I do? What would I change? I would do so many things differently. Go up to the boys more. I would be like, hey, what's up, bro? I would walk down the hallways with model strut, with the shades on. Dark aesthetic. Own my weirdness. Embrace it. Like Wednesday Addams does. I think what being really vulnerable is about letting go of any expectations that might come up about people, not worrying about how others will respond or think about what you're doing. It just sounds like so basic, but which sounds like so like, oh, like don't care about what others think. It's so much easier said than done. But no, like, just be unabashed about like interests that will make you like shine from the inside out, but not having it all kind of on one, not having all your bets on like people. Maybe it'd be better to have like fixation on like a cartoon or something, I imagine, than real people. But here I am, still liking TXT, and literally just ordered their version 2 light stick from Walmart. Not like while I was in bed before I got up. Just such on a whim, because I was like, because I saw Bongyu, he wrote that, because when I was catching up on my news, it's been 5 days though since I checked TXT Translations account. And if you don't know, if you're not in the fandom, then you know, if you're not in the fandom, basically TXT Translations is the spot to go for our updates. Well, there's also TXT Book, but that's kind of more niche. But TXT Translations, she's like kind of a godsend for the fandom, because she translates everything from lives to posts of scheduled releases, and she even translates the lyrics. Like, she's so quick with it. I remember she lives in Washington DC or something, but that's kind of stalker of me to like admit, right? But I think also letting go of the mask is kind of like me like not caring if I come off as stalkerish, you know, even though I'm like, maybe you shouldn't say it, because people actually have there's a girl in the past that, oh my god, this is also an excavating memory from my brain. It's really hard for me to come to dig up this memory again, let it surface again. But this girl at like a yoga place, she's like this ginger girl, was working at like one of the business parks near this yoga place I was going to. I was like rock rock bottom and just mental health and everything. And man, oh man, I think I wanted to just like, talk to her a little after. Like I usually stay after and like talk to people. I think she was like going somewhere, and then I was like, wait, where are you going? I want to follow you. I want to come with you. And I think I wanted to ask that, so that's why I kind of like followed her a little bit. And then she went back. I just like, what is she doing? What is she doing on the opposite side of me? But and then I think she like quickened like her pace a bit. It's like, oh shit, does she think I'm like stalking her? And then one of the ladies who was there was like, so I think she said that you made her feel uncomfortable, and we think it's best that you don't come anymore to our institution. I think I did try to defend myself for a little bit, but I was like, you know what, fine. We women are so paranoid. I'm like less of a woman because I don't feel as paranoid as others. Like girls, when they're walking alone at night, I should feel more scared, I should feel more afraid, but since I've done it so many times and no one's taken like interest in me just off the streets like that, no one's like catcalled me for like that, like, you know. So I'm like in my mind, like I'm too ugly, I'm too uggo for like me to feel like scared, you know. And that's a really sad thought, kind of a dehumanizing thought of me. But hey, welcome to my brain. Most of the days I feel barely human, but I'm only human still. So thanks for my TikTok. Thanks for listening. If you come this far, this is just such a rambly, disorganized, chaotic thingamajig because I'm just, yeah, but this is a very accurate representation of me. This is a very raw, real portrayal. My thoughts when I'm cooped up for a little too long, a little bit. But no, I actually like it and sometimes even prefer it. But then I'm like, well, I wish I had someone here. So that's when I turn the camera on. So love you all. Have a good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And sayonara. The way that I would just talk to myself willy-nilly in public kind of scares me sometimes. I should probably pretend I'm gonna call every once in a while in order to not like absolutely bad. Well, okay, so I was literally just like slammed the table, right? Because I'm searching for what this is called. And I was like, I should have just looked Great Barrier Reef extinct animals. I could have just said, and that was like the third or fourth image. Figure out what it was called through ChatGPT. I was asking so many questions and it kept giving me, I was like, okay, I know it starts with a D. Found that out. And it kept giving me the same one. Dwarf whale. And now I'm seeing more related to elephants than to whales. But still, it should have known. GPT, you are dead to me and is not to be relied on. That's for damn sure. This creature right here, Laboon, which I was like, okay, that sounds a lot like Labubu. And then I remembered that I did a whole research kind of project about endangered animals in the Great Barrier Reef with 2 other people when I was studying abroad in Australia. And then at the end, before we went to the next country, which is New Zealand, we 공부할 시간을 찾기가 어려워요. Slay. Imagine I just sneak over to their back and jump scare the living daylights, I mean nightlight out of them.